everyone's been feeling like fall for once for much of this week, and as we get into today, we're probably going to be a little bit more mild, and we're going to oscillate between more closer to mild for the fall and a little bit more seasonal over the next coming days. And then we're going to have a front starting tonight, bring in some showers overnight going into Friday, and then we're going to see an active weather pattern really start to pick up Sunday as we have a couple systems in plan to make its way through. We're going to start looking at these current temperatures. Some of us are a bit chilly here. Look at Superior there, Hibbing at 28 degrees, even Ashton by the lake 29 degrees. There's some spots though, especially further west and other spots by Lake Superior, a little bit more mild this morning into the 40s. And as we get into today, most of us are going to feel pretty mild. We're going to be looking at 60s for those highs, lower half to 60s for most. As you go further south along 935 corridor and along the South Shore here, probably expecting more into those even upper 60s, staying a little bit cooler along the North Shore. As we get into Friday though, notice we're going to have a cold front make its way through, going to keep us a little cooler. You'll notice that look at here into the Arrowhead, UP might be even staying in the low 50s, upper 40s. Many of us staying well into the 50s. So it looks like it's going to be more seasonal for Friday compared to today, where we're going to expect to be more on the mild side. And the winds are going to kind of tell the story here. They're going to be a bit breezy. We're going to see them today out of the south, gusting 20, even 30 miles per hour. You look at here further west, it looks like that's where we're going to see some of those stronger winds. And then they're going to be shifting here out of the northwest. Strongest right around Lake Superior, especially along the North Shore, going into the UP, bringing some of that cooler air. But the cold front is not just going to bring the cooler weather and some of those winds, going to bring a little bit of rain as well. The cold front is going to allow for these line of storms to start initiate. It's going to continue moving east as we go through the night. And guess what? We could see some showers sticking around even into the afternoon, despite this high pressure system moving in, because we're going to have a little bit of a spin-up system right here along that front. If we get a closer look here, we can see the action begin even early this afternoon for those western counties out here. Continue to move east as we go later into the afternoon, heading into the evening. And these showers, as you'll notice, will become more robust as well. So the rain chances are going to improve as you go further east. And then by the time we get to tomorrow morning, most of the rain has moved out. But as I mentioned, we have a little spin-up system. Continue to bring some showers, especially into the Arrowhead and the UP into tomorrow afternoon. Not going to bring a ton of rain, probably just a few tenths of an inch of rain, but we can see some spots get close to a half an inch if we're lucky, and that's going to bring well-needed rain. We have been pretty dry here in the Northland as of recently, especially the last few weeks. Definitely want the rain. And it won't be the end of rain, because look at our upper level pattern. As we start to pull forward into next week, notice it is going to become quite active overall, and that's going to continue to bring systems here to the Northland. We're going to start seeing one as we get Sunday going into Monday. The system, the center, is going to stay to the west, but we're going to have this cold front, and that's going to bring us probably a good amount of scatter showers and thunderstorms, possibly, likely mostly staying showers. And this can bring decent amount of rain. Here's the precipitation totals from one of our models, the Euro model, showing overall much of us could expect close to half an inch of rain, or right around there. Some spots maybe a little less than that. And when we look at the GFS model, it now does show a bit of a bias to the northwest. And this is where we do expect most of the rain to fall. The further north and west you are, but we can all expect a decent amount of rain from this. Not a ton. It's probably going to be over an inch or anything like that. But again, with how dry we've been, going to be well needed. And then we're going to pull this forward into next week, because we're going to have a second system make its way in as we go Wednesday going into Thursday. So overall, we're pretty active. Finally seeing those rain chances as we can see in our 7-day forecast. And with those systems coming in next week, we're also going to see the weather start to cool back down as well.